and they have a bar over here in that door.
True. Right there.
But it looks a bit closed.
It looks like it's closed, but that's the other Antifa building and the bar.
Yeah,
That's the cafe.
So.
Welcome to Wayne Allyn Root Show.
Good to see you again, man. How's everything going in Viva Las Vegas?
He loves Israel. He loves our country.
I'm always ready to fight, Gary. Always ready to fight.
One of the most popular hosts.
You are my Superman. Thank you.
Thank you.
He's got radio, he's got television, he's got a beautiful wife.
We are under invasion at the border.
This is the kind of thing he talks about because he's about common sense.
Make faith and belief in country cool again.
You are truly a breath of fresh air. Your fans love you.
Thank you very much. And they love you too. And for good reason, because you have a spirit and you get it at the same time. You're both angry, but a happy warrior nevertheless. Wayne Allyn Root.
I salute you.
Where's Wayne? Where is Wayne Allyn Root? Where the hell is he?
President, I'm right here on America's Top 10. The Root's on fire. I'm Wayne Allyn Root, your Secretary of War. You've heard of the mainstream media. Welcome to the Mainstream media. I'm the loudest MAGA mouth in the USA. Coming to you from Las Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world, and my adopted hometown for 23 years now. I'm the hardest working man in showbiz, certainly conservative showbiz, 24/7, 364, with the fastest show in the history of TV. This show is conservative patriotic talk on steroids, squared to the 1,000th power. Reminder, my command central, root4america.com. At the top, 4 tabs. Watch Wayne on TV, listen to Wayne on the radio, listen to Wayne's podcast, watch Wayne's daily podcast. Click and you're on live, or you get links to all the places to watch or listen to me every day, or you can watch or listen to a library of all my recent shows. My command central, root4america.com. I make it simple. It's all there. My email, wayneroot@gmail.com. Finally, I hope you're watching my daily video podcast. It's called Warzone Live, and it's the official podcast of the GatewayPundit.com. Gateway attracts over 2.5 million daily readers, all of them MAGA, and over 1 billion views for the second year in a row, now ranked as the 5th most popular conservative news site in America. We are proud to be the official podcast of the Gateway Pundit every day at 6 p.m. Eastern, right at the top of the page. You can also watch Warzone Live daily at Rumble. Just type in Wayne Root, Wayne Allyn Root, or Warzone, and at talkrad.com, again at 6 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Real America's Voice is now Prime Video. That's right. Viewers can now stream RAV programming straight from their Prime Video app, making it easier than ever for you at home to catch your favorite shows like America's Top 10 and The Charlie Kirk Show and all the rest. We want to give our audience a huge thanks for helping our network and this show with this great achievement. With your viewership, you have helped turn this operation into something truly incredible. Check us out now on Prime Video. All right, it's time for my opening commentary. It is titled, "The Worst Trade in World History Proves Democrats Are Now Officially the Retarded Party." And that relates to retard. Look it up online. Let's tackle the word retarded, right? Before woke, liberal, mentally ill snowflakes attempt to criticize me for using that word. Google is as liberal and left-wing biased as they come. I dare you to type in to Google search engine definition of retarded or to retard. Guess what comes back? The very definition of liberal Democrats, and I quote, "characterized by a slowness or limitation in intellectual understanding and awareness," and to retard is to hold back in terms of progress, development, or achievement. Well, that describes liberals to a T. Liberal Democrats retard progress. They retard the U.S. economy, and they retard jobs for American citizens. So there's no debate. Based on the definition of to retard, liberal Democrats fit the bill. Now to the serious proof, the worst trade in world history. In the past week, I've seen a dozen articles in the media reporting on the mass exodus of American citizens out of liberal deep blue states and deep blue cities, obviously. Everyone who can afford it is running for their lives. In particular, everyone is running away from California and New York. Data proves who's running away from these radical woke Marxist, big government, third world crap holes. It's the richest, smartest, hardest working, most productive citizens. The people with most of the income and most of the assets. They're getting out of Dodge as fast as they can. Escape from California. escape for New York. And where are they running? To red states like Texas, Florida, my state, Nevada, Arizona, Idaho, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, places where the taxes are low. So really think about this. Blue states like California and New York have chased out all the productive people who have high incomes and big assets and create all the jobs and, most importantly, pay all the bills, i.e. taxes. Even worse, up till recently, the citizens leaving California were middle class and above, but mostly upper middle class with high income jobs or their own businesses and million-dollar homes. But in the past 90 days, something huge has happened, something very different. California is close to passing a disastrous wealth tax on billionaires. So in a matter of weeks, almost every billionaire in California moved out. Even the liberal founders of Google and Facebook left the state. Even Hollywood liberal Steven Spielberg left the state. I guarantee you any billionaires still left inside California are busy plotting their escape right now. The problem is those few billionaires pay a portion of all the taxes in California, a huge portion. Without them there's no money left to pay the bills. They chase them away. The exact same thing's happening in New York, based on the election of a communist radical Muslim as the new mayor of New York City. Zohran Mamdani is busy right now trying to copy California's wealth tax. Can you imagine? Don't forget, Mamdani also wants to tax whites at higher rates than blacks, and he's threatening to dramatically raise property taxes on every homeowner, no matter what the color of your skin, and he hates Jews. This guy's batting 1,000. Mamdani just hit the Triple Crown. He's going to chase everyone away. It's the perfect storm. Trust me. Everyone with means and assets is either making plans to escape to Florida as soon as they can, because in New York, everybody runs to Florida, or they're thinking about it. And they're hiding their money in safes and safety deposit boxes and offshore bank accounts where Mamdani can't find it. But this story is not just about who these crazy radical liberal states have chased away. It's who they have replaced all these productive citizens with. I'm talking about the worst trade in world history. These blue states have traded high-income, productive taxpayers and job creators for millions of unskilled, uneducated, illegal alien criminals and freeloaders. These are people who produce virtually nothing, pay little in the way of taxes into the system, but desperately need to take out of the system billions of dollars in welfare, food stamps, free housing, free lawyers, free public schools, and free health care from cradle to grave. Not to mention the exploding costs for police, courts, and prisons because of all the crimes of illegal aliens. And what's the human cost of 100,000 dead Americans each year due to fentanyl overdoses? All the drugs brought in by illegal alien drug traffickers. What's crazy is governments need all this new money for illegals over and above what they're spending on you, American citizens. They need all this money for illegals, and they're exploding costs at the exact same time. There's no one left to pay the bills. They chase them away. This is one flew over the cuckoo's nest level of insanity. This is a padded room with a straitjacket level of insanity. Who would make this trade? Who would want this trade? The productive, the wealthiest in return for illegal aliens. Who would allow this to happen? This trade is worse than when the Indians traded Manhattan for some beads. It's proof that liberals are literally suicide bombers. They're destroying their own cities and states. They're chasing away their own tax base. They're welcoming in people who will destroy their quality of life, eat up their entire budgets, and leave themselves drowning in debt. What a trade. Aren't you proud of yourselves? Who in their right mind would make this trade? Democrats are self-hating, self-destructive, mentally deranged suicide bombers. Remember that definition I taught you earlier. To retard. They're retarding our society, our economy, our budgets, and our quality of life. But based on the definition of to retard, Democrats fit the bill. All right, sponsor of this show is Zicha, Genesis Medicine. They've had great success with their medicines, reversing type 2 diabetes and reversing Parkinson's disease and reversing small vessel heart disease. And that could kill over 1/3 of the people watching this show right now. Over 300 patients have been dosed with their medicines during research studies, and all of them, all patients, have shown great improvement with no adverse events reported. Learn more and register for one of their upcoming free medical research studies at cure-war.com. That's cure-war.com. And I repeat, it's free. These are free studies. Anyone could get in them, and it doesn't cost you a dime. Cure-war.com. We'll talk more about this with their CEO, Dan Montano, up next. All right, Wayne Allyn Root with Dan Montano, the CEO of Z-Cha Genesis Medicine. I've been telling you about Z-Cha Genesis Medicine. It's medicines to reverse type 2 diabetes, Parkinson's disease, and the number one cause of death in the world, small vessel heart disease. This form of heart disease is responsible for 1/3 of all the deaths in the world. So it could be 1/3 of all the people watching right now. Joining us now, the CEO of Z-Cha Genesis Medicine, Dan Montano. Dan, let's get an update on the success your medicine is having on these diseases. Let's start with type 2 diabetes. What's the latest?
Wayne, very simple. We've dosed about 50 people now in Las Vegas. 95% have reversed their diabetes within a few weeks. Only 2 have not made it so far, but they were so high it didn't count. It's coming along excellent. I think we'll end the study by the end of March, April, and be able to announce the outcome, which I think is going to show 95% success in reversing type 2 diabetes.
Wow. What's the update with Parkinson's disease?
We've now treated over 250 Parkinson's disease patients, including some very big names you'll be hearing about soon, I hope. And the recovery and the improvement is material. They're walking, they're talking, and they've almost got themselves back to normal.
All right, so we're going to have celebrity announcements. I love that. You're treating celebrities. What's new with your treatment of heart disease?
We are now starting to treat people in the Bahamas where we're cleared. In fact, we'll be attending the Caribbean Cardiovascular Conference in July. We expect 300 to 400 doctors to hear about what our medicine does, and hopefully they'll start referring patients to us to treat there. So everything is coming together. Those 3 items are working perfect.
There's an investment opportunity for my fans. What's the latest on that?
Well, right now, the medical research studies that we're doing, we return the investors 10 times on their money. And if they're not happy in 48 months, we'll buy them back at 2 times. But I think they'll probably have the 10 times by the time the 4 years is up, because we're just having a tremendous response on all 3 categories.
Well, the updates are exciting. They are spectacular. They are wonderful, and they are music to my ears. If you're interested in learning more about this investment opportunity, go to cure-war.com. They created that website just for me. Cure-war. Wouldn't it be great to make money and help cure disease? And if you or someone you love is suffering from type 2 diabetes, Parkinson's disease, or heart disease, go to cure-war.com and register to be considered for their free medical research studies. Free. That's cure-war.com. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Wayne.
All right, Wayne Allyn Root, the Root's on fire. Welcome to America's Top 10 Countdown. It begins in this segment. First, a couple things to talk about. My book, How Democrats Have Made America Great. And people to this day see it and go, what? Wayne, what do you mean? You're writing about Democrats are great? No, it's 140 blank pages. Get it? How Democrats Have Made America Great. There's nothing in the book. It's blank. It's a gag gift. It's funny. It's a great gift to give to anyone, any party, any birthday, any celebration, or just leave it on your boss's desk at work. Leave it by the water cooler. Everybody laughs and liberals' heads explode. How Democrats Have Made America Great. Everything you need to know. And by the way, the best place to get it is Amazon.com. It's been a #1 bestseller there. I also want to mention one event right now. Clark County Republican Party is having their Lincoln Day dinner. Clark County is Las Vegas, Nevada. Their Lincoln Day dinner is next Friday. And the MC and master of ceremonies and host of the whole shebang, the ringmaster, is yours truly, Wayne Allyn Root, the keynote speaker. I went out and got him. He's my buddy. Kevin Sorbo, the former star of Hercules, the most syndicated show in the history of the United States. The event is next Friday, February 27th. How do you get tickets? It's going to be a lot of fun. Kevin Sorbo and Wayne Root, man, that's going to be entertaining. Just go to ClarkCountyRepublicanParty.com. If you live in Vegas or nearby and you want to come, we will have a great time. And when you see me, let me know you're a Rav fan and you drove in, and I will spend some special time with you. I look forward to seeing you there. All right, let's start with number 10. Countdown number 10. All right, on this one, I got to throw in kind of a 10A, because as we were taping the show, something big happened. Trump moves to impose a 10% global tariff using the Trade Act of 1974 in response to the Supreme Court decision. That decision is my number one story this week. I let the cat out of the bag. That'll be number one. But I've got a lot to say about it that you've never heard anywhere else. So stay tuned for number one, the Supreme Court tariff decision that knocked out Trump's tariffs. But Trump says, who cares? I'm going to impose a 10% global tariff using the Trade Act of 1974. It fits exactly what I said in number one, which is you can't stop Trump. He is relentless. I also found out right moments before we started taping the show, California ranks as the worst state for air quality and Wyoming the cleanest. Now, is that not funny? California is obsessed with environmental and climate change and green energy and liberalism and stopping business at all costs. And they've got the dirtiest air in America. And Wyoming is nothing but fossil fuel, drill, baby, drill, dirty coal and oil and gas. And they've got the cleanest air in America. Again, Democrat ideas don't work. All right, now my actual number 10. In last week's commentary, I reported President Trump is the opposite of unpopular. He is popular. He's not just popular. He's as popular as the day he was reelected by 2 points in November of 2024. 2-point popular vote victory. Sure enough, more proof I was right. The latest polls out from Insider Advantage, Trump is 50-46, 50% approval, 46% disapproval. In the last election, they covered 5 swing states, and they were right on all 5. They were actually understated. Whatever they said, Trump will win by 2, he won by 3. Trump will win by 3, he won by 4. So if they say he's up 50-46, he's probably up 52-44. He's more popular than he was on the day he was reelected. And then Trump's war room assesses the midterms, and they come up with the following: it's the economy, stupid. Have I not been saying that on this show day and night? You can criticize Epstein and this and that and arrests and this and that. Americans care about their pocketbook, their wallet, their bank account, their jobs. If their jobs are good, if their wallet's good, if their pocketbook's good come next October, November, I promise you, we will win the midterms. Countdown number 9. Some proof that Trump's MAGA agenda is working. California finally enforces English tests for truck drivers. And the feds, therefore, Trump's feds, unfreeze $40 million. See, that's how it's done. Money pressure is how it's done. Cut off the money. Cut off the money to sanctuary cities and watch them enforce sanctuary city laws, and they aren't going to be sanctuary cities anymore. Watch them assist ICE, and the next thing you know, we give them their money back, and everybody wins. That's how you do it. New York City Hospital ends transgender treatment program for kids due to the current regulatory environment. There it is again. Trump puts pressure. They end transgender treatment program. We're winning when you put pressure to cut their money off. And finally, the Trump effect, why the Supreme Court was wrong. The trade deficit narrows as Trump tariffs reshape global commerce. Not only did we narrow the trade deficit dramatically last month, but on top of that, American exports, the things we sell around the world, went dramatically up, and China's imports went dramatically down. Trump is doing it. We're winning. Countdown number 8. If you wonder why Trump is doing great about 90% of the time, 90% of our priorities, we're scoring big, but not on 10%. Why? Why won't he tackle those important few? Well, take example the Epstein files, right? That's one. Take as an example the arrests of Democrat politicians who violate the law or protect illegal aliens in sanctuary cities. Those are all things you got to say, well, why isn't Trump jumping on those? Well, maybe, just maybe, he doesn't want to cross those lines because when his presidency is over, he knows that if Democrats win, they will try and put him in jail for the rest of his life or give him the death penalty. sure enough, in a South Korean court, they sentenced their former president, a conservative, Yoon Suk-yeol, to life in prison for leading an insurrection. He was the conservative president. They beat him. He believes they cheated in the election. He literally tried to prove they cheated in the election. They put him under house arrest. Now they convicted him and gave him life in prison. This is what Democrats want to do to Trump. Trump has to watch his step and be very careful, because if he's not careful, he spends life in prison. Maybe his family's in danger. Maybe they try and assassinate people close to him. Trump has a lot to think about. So when you think about next time, why isn't he covering every issue that I want? Who knows? Could be a lot more that you don't know about. He may be scared about facing life in prison or the death penalty with these crazy liberals if they win again in 2026 midterms or 2028 presidency. All right, countdown number 7. Proof that I'm right about what they planned for President Trump and all of us, just like I just said. I'm telling you, Exhibit A, Susan Rice. Susan Rice's dark warning: MAGA faces retribution and a weaponized deep state under future Democrat rule. They better be ready for subpoenas. And she's not just talking about Trump or politicians. She's threatening all the corporations that went along with Donald Trump on DEI, on boys and girls sports, on transgender issues. She says Democrats are going to go after all of them. People are going to go to jail. Companies are going to be put out of business. I told you so. Countdown number 6. And Democrats will wind up back in control if we don't fix rigged and stolen elections. And yes, it's happening every day. Not just the stolen 2020 election, but dozens of seats in the House and Senate stolen and occupied by radical communists have no right to be deciding our future with their votes. Speaking of living on stolen land, many of the Democrats sitting in the House and the Senate are sitting on stolen land. Someone goes undercover in New York City, and a Board of Elections worker caught on hidden camera admits they register people every day to register to vote who are non-citizens. They say it's not our job to tell anyone. Countdown number 5. Another one of my ideas I fought for and campaigned for years, close to happening in Florida. The House votes to phase out non-school property taxes for homeowners. It now heads to the Florida Senate. That was my idea, my specific idea, by the way, not only to try and cut or end property taxes, but end all property taxes for seniors age 65 and over. Florida could be the example to base this on all over the country if they are successful. All right, this segment's been sponsored by the one and only Lost Soldier Oil and Gas. The golden age of Trump prosperity is all about making America the energy capital of the world. Enter Lost Soldier Oil and Gas. It took 40 years to piece together this 40,000-acre giant gas discovery in Wyoming. It's estimated to contain up to 6 trillion cubic feet of gas, making it one of the largest natural gas discoveries in the Rocky Mountain region in the past 30 years, with a management forecast projecting the first 25 wells to produce 400 million cubic feet per day of natural gas, and by 2035, targeted production of over 1 billion cubic feet per day. The surge in AI data centers is placing soaring demand on energy resources. This is how we power the AI future of America, with clean natural gas. Headed by oil and gas legend Mark Brunner, whose previous public companies delivered spectacular returns for investors. At their peaks, Penteco Energy grew about 100 to 1 for investors, and Ultra Petroleum soared from 15 cents to $200 per share. A $10,000 investment turned into $13 million over 10 years. To learn more about Lost Soldier Oil and Gas, go to lostsoldier.com, fill out the contact form. They'll get right back to you. That's lostsoldier.com. And yes, I am an investor. All right, don't go anywhere. Up next, great TV interview, and then it's Final Four time. Be right back.
It's fun for me to win on the course, but it's even more fun to win on Deal Dash.
Lori won $2,000 Tiffany earrings for just $1, and Joseph won an iPad for just $6. There's millions of fast auctions, so try today at DealDash.com for $50 of free credit and your first win guaranteed.
Did you know that thousands of authors across the country have written books and published them with Page Publishing? If you've written a book, Page Publishing can help you through the process. We cut through the confusion of the publishing world to make it easy for you. If we decide to publish your book, your work ends and ours begins. From copy editing and proofing to typesetting and book cover art, we get you printed, distributed, and sold on Amazon, Apple iTunes, and in bookstores across the country. We'll even help you promote your book. That's right, we do all this for you. Biography, self-help, mystery, novels, sci-fi, even a children's book. No matter what genre, Page Publishing can bring your book to life. Call today for your free author submission kit and find out how you can be the next published author at Page Publishing.
Call for your free writer's guide, 800-319-0257. That's 800-319-0257, 800-319-0257, or scan the QR code now.
Don't you hate that dirty old hose? It kinks, splits, and it always leaks. And it's way too heavy to carry around. It's time to get the brand new Pocket Hose Copperhead. Just turn on the water and watch it grow to a full-size hose. Old-fashioned hoses get kinks and creases at the spigot, but the new Pocket Pivot swivels 360 degrees. Just connect to the spigot and watch it pivot. And when you turn off the water, away it goes, shrinking back to a pocket-size hose. And it makes it easy to carry and put away. Call or go online now to get the super light 25-foot Pocket Hose Copperhead today for only $29.99. Order right now and get our 10-pattern thumb drive spray nozzle free. Simply use your thumb to turn it on or off. There is a strict limit of 3 per order, so don't wait. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-956-8517 or visit getcopperhead.com. So call 1-800-956-8517 or visit getcopperhead.com. Order now.
The bathroom of your dreams is only a phone call away with BCI Bath and Shower. We can make your ordinary bath and shower extraordinary. This is not a cookie cutter design. This is a complete custom build that will fit your every need, and discounts for seniors and military.
Attention homeowners. Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Is the bank threatening to take your home? Is your home worth less than you owe? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you need to call this number right now.
Call 800-714-8615.
Kevin paid off over $12,000 in credit card debt with the help of Consolidated Credit. They cut his interest rates and lowered his payments so he could pay off his debt fast. Call 800-596-8062 for a free consultation.
The Root's on fire. Welcome back. Wayne Allyn Root, America's top 10 countdown, rootforamerica.com, my command central. Time now for my interview with Dr. Ron Elfenbein from my daily video podcast, Warzone, which you can find Monday through Friday at thegatewaypundit.com and on Rumble, 6 p.m. Eastern or 3 p.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday, every day. Dr. Ron Elfenbein is a highly respected emergency room physician in Maryland, facing his second trial against bogus charges from the corrupt Biden DOJ during the COVID era. Here's our conversation.
Thank you for the opportunity. So I owned an urgent care center, and we very quickly became the largest testing site in the state of Maryland, certainly within our area, county, and then probably the state of Maryland. And then once the monoclonal antibodies became available, I became a very early adopter of monoclonal antibodies. And I went on national, international TV talking about it all the time, about how wonderful they were. And I began to question the vaccine narrative, the vaccination for everybody, universal vaccination. And then for the first time in the history of medicine, as far as I know, the Biden administration began to use DEI to determine where the monoclonals would be distributed. And, rather than need, they were using equity to determine who was going to get this life-saving medication. And for those of you...
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know they used DEI on that. Wow.
Absolutely. And
so I could have never gotten it because I'm a rich white man.
It would have been very hard for you. So we sort of took exception to that. And I said, this is ridiculous. You don't do this for any other medicine in the history of mankind. Why would we do it for this medicine? So I was very outspoken about that. And then in late December of 2021, the Biden administration just made a catastrophic decision. They decided to shut down the entire program nationwide. And their rationale for it was, they said, well, the monoclonals that we're using, once the Omicron variant reached a prevalence of 70%, the monoclonals were no longer effective, which I questioned to begin with. I don't know that data is even true. But I certainly said, look, I went on Fox News and I went on Newsmax and I went on a couple of other right-leaning news organizations. And I said, they're going to kill people and they don't know what they're doing. They're misreading the data. And it turns out I was right. And I took no pleasure in that. But 2 weeks later, the government said, oh, yeah, believe it or not, Wayne, they said we misread the data. It's not a 70% prevalence. It's a 20% prevalence. They got it wrong by 50%. Now, only the government can make a mistake like that, right?
Right. And not go to prison, right.
And not go to prison, right. So I was making all these statements and saying horrible things about the administration, deservedly so. And they allowed us to start giving these monoclonals back. And by the way, we were the largest supplier of monoclonals in the state. We're bigger than Johns Hopkins, bigger than University of Maryland.
Wow. We
had refrigerators full of this stuff. And for those of you that don't know, this really was the cure for COVID. And it was like godsend, this medication. It really was.
Did you have multiple urgent cares or just one?
No, so we had one before the pandemic, and then by the time it was towards the middle, we were up to 8, employing over 300 people. So we went from employing 6 people to employing over 300. We grew so quickly. It was crazy. And the federal government actually approached me and said, hey, you're really good at these monoclonals. Can you set up a site for us at FedEx Field where the Washington Redskins play football? And I did. And we did it in partnership with HHS and with the Maryland Department of Health. And we were actually the blueprint for the nationwide program because I had to convince them that we should test there as well, because you could take somebody right from the test if they tested positive and they were symptomatic and put them right in the infusion chair and cure them of their COVID. So the government loved that. And they said, we're going to take this and run with it throughout the rest of the country. So we had refrigerators full of this stuff, but we had to close our program down and turn away like 500 or 600 people who were scheduled to get infused that week because the government wouldn't let us do it. And I was really angry. And anyway, 2 weeks later, they admitted they were wrong and they let us start infusing again. 4 months later, completely out of the blue, with no warning, I find out I'm the victim of lawfare. I had gotten indicted on federal healthcare fraud charges with really no investigation having been done. They got my name wrong on all the paperwork. They gave me a middle name, which I've never had, and they gave me the wrong first name.
So what were you indicted for?
Well, so they were alleging that we were upcoding. First of all, I didn't see any of these patients, so we had nurse practitioners. I had 8 sites, so I was running around like a chicken with no head, making sure my people were safe, making sure we had the stuff we needed. And the government said that we were upcoding. So not to get too technical, but when you see patients, there are, when a provider, a nurse practitioner, PA, or a doctor see the patient, there's basically 4 levels you could pick, 1 or 2 through 5. 5 being the most serious, 2 being the bottom of the barrel. You know, I sprained my ankle.
You were giving everyone like a 5 when they didn't deserve a 5. Is that what you're saying?
Well, so first of all, I didn't see these people. My PAs and nurse practitioners did. And they were billing level 4. And there's a reason that we were billing level 4. And I mean, we can go into all that, but the government alleged that we were upcoding. They said that we weren't spending enough time with patients. And then they said, oh, and none of this was medically necessary. And at trial, their own witness, their own expert, quote unquote expert, testified that time is irrelevant, which goes directly against what they indicted me for. And that all these tests, in fact, were medically necessary, which goes directly against their own indictment. It was so bad, Wayne, that the first day of trial, their expert witness got up there and testified. He got so utterly destroyed by my lawyers, just purely based on facts, that the judge pushed the jury out of the courtroom, called us up to the bench, waved his finger at the government and said, "What the hell are you doing?" And that's a direct quote. "Where is the crime here?" And the government, "Oh, judge, you'll see. And he said, "Well, you better show me something, because what I'm seeing here is just nonsense." And even before that, before we even went to trial, the judge called them out and said to the government, "This case looks like a case of, quote, shoot first and ask questions later," which is exactly what it was and what it is. So anyway, long story short, I go to trial. I didn't do anything wrong. I testify at my own trial, which is unheard of. Somehow the jury finds me guilty because the government has everything going for it. But the judge issues a 93-page opinion, completely obliterating the prosecution, granting me a full acquittal, overturns the conviction, and grants me a new trial in case the government appeals. So on their way out the door, the vindictive Biden DOJ, literally 2 weeks before Trump's inaugurated, decided to appeal. So now I'm facing going back to trial a second time. And the judge said, if you don't mind, I just want to read a couple quotes from that 93 pages. How many millions
in legal fees is this, Ron?
Oh, multiple millions in legal fees. And I mean, I didn't have that kind of money, and I still don't have that kind of money. It's been so destructive to my life, to my family. I have 4 kids. They're all young. It's been horrific.
I'm sorry. That's
thank you.
Terrible. It says here, it's interesting, Ron, because it says facing his second trial against bogus charges from the corrupt Biden DOJ. You mean the Trump DOJ didn't drop the charges?
Well, I'm trying to get them to. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. And I'll tell you something, Wayne, just so you understand, like this, I'm facing 50 years in jail for really doing nothing. I mean, I seriously, and the judge pointed that out. The Obama appointed judge who oversaw my case. I mean, he said, the court, having closely observed the testimony and parsed the evidence in this case, concludes that the evidence weighs so heavily against the verdict that it would be unjust to enter judgment. He said, quote, the government did not carry its burden and no reasonable jury could have so concluded. They presented no evidence of any wrongdoing, zero. Like, it's just mind-boggling. And on their way out the door, the Biden DOJ, didn't like the fact that the judge overturned this verdict. So they appealed. And I just have to find that right person in the Trump administration to make this go away because, there's inertia and there's thousands of cases going on and I'm sure nobody's really paying attention. So I just need someone to take.
Do you have a pen there? Do you have a pen where you're sitting right now?
I do, yeah.
You do. Write down WayneRoot@gmail.com. That's my email, WayneRoot@gmail.com. I'm not going to give my phone number out on the air, but when you email me, I'll give you my phone number. And I'll see what I could do. You send me a letter. You write the letter, and I'll send it to President Trump. And he reads most of what I send him. I can't guarantee it, but it seems like almost everything I send him goes in front of him, and he acts on a lot of it. And I've gotten a lot of people pardons, as an example, who did not deserve it. There's one guy in Vegas I'm working on now. He did nothing wrong. It's a crime that's never been a crime in the history of America. The DOJ of Biden went after him for a crime that's never been a crime in the history of America, found him guilty, and they gave him 30 years in prison. He's 40 years old. 30 years in prison for a non-violent crime that's never been a crime in history. Try to get a pardon for him. He's supposed to report in the next 2 weeks to prison to start a 30-year stretch in prison. It's all mind-boggling what a horrible, horrible thing this Biden administration and Biden DOJ was. So I will work on this for you, okay?
Thank you.
I'm on your team. I'm on your team, buddy.
I appreciate
brother.
And
You're my brother. I'm on your team.
I say this all the time, but okay, sorry.
So where are you now? Are you able to work now?
Yeah, so I never lost my medical license, but I had to take 2 years off of work. So it was very hard to get back into working in the emergency room because I hadn't worked for 2 years. So insurance companies didn't want to give me malpractice insurance. And then hospitals looked at me, like, what's wrong with you? Why did you get indicted? Even though I got acquitted. So I am back in the ER, thank God, and I'm still working very rarely in the ER, but I found a wonderful job. Ironically, I am the medical director for a company that provides medical care to the prisons and jails in the state of Maryland. So I drive around and I make sure that the inmates are getting good quality health care, and I take great pride in that, and it's very rewarding to me, and I love my job. So I'm very happy that I got that job. So it's been great, and these people are downtrodden and they've forgotten members of society, and they don't get good health care. So we're trying to make sure that they're getting that. And
yeah, look, I'm like you. I'm a good guy. I hate criminals, but once they're in prison, they still got to take care of them. Just like I'm for ICE. I'm totally for ICE. I think the deportation is good. But once they're in their detention facilities, you can't let people die. You can't feed them moldy bread. You got to take care of people, no matter what, no matter what they did.
Absolutely. They're still human beings. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So what can my fans do to help you cover the cost of legal fees and provide for your family? What can they do?
Well, thank you for asking. I have a Give, Send, Go. It's Defend Ron Elfenbein, MD. And I also, I'm on X at Ron Elfenbein, MD. If people could follow me. And I have a change.org up to try to get people to sign a petition that says that this is baseless and ridiculous. I mean, just to give you an example, Wayne, like, I got an award from our governor, personal citation from our governor for all the work I did during COVID. I got a personal citation from our state legislature. And even after getting indicted, the State Medical Society still named me its Person of the Year for all the work I did during COVID. And the feds come in and hand me an indictment for something I didn't even do.
Amazing. So when they awarded you that Doctor of the Year thing, and you must have had to give a speech in front of all the other doctors, right? What did you say to them, knowing you were being indicted, but they gave you the Doctor of the Year?
I didn't even go. I was afraid of my own shadow. When you get hit with an indictment and you're facing 50 years in jail, I could barely get out of bed. I couldn't function. I couldn't do anything.
Ron, I'm sorry. I feel for you. Look, I read people, man. I have a gift. I can look at a person in a matter of 2 sentences. I can tell you if I like him or not. I like you. You're a good guy. I can tell you're a good guy. You did nothing wrong. It's very clear. You'll send me a letter, wayneroot@gmail.com, from you, from your heart, for the President of the United States. Tell him you're a friend of Wayne Allyn Root in the first sentence. I will send the letter to President Trump. We'll see what we can do, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're a good man. I know you're a good man. I feel it. You'll come out and thank me. Buy me a dinner in Las Vegas, all right?
Happily.
All right, up next, it's Final Four time, otherwise known as Root Madness.
It's just like our new house.
I hope you have an American Home Shield warranty. Leaky toilet? Fixed. Oven beyond repair? If AHS can't fix your covered item, then replace it, no matter its age. Sign up today at ahs.com.
Your wallet is always in danger. Criminals can scan and hack your information without you even knowing. Worse yet, it's bulky and so disorganized. But not anymore, because Slim is in. Introducing Slim Mint, an ultra-thin RFID blocking wallet that keeps your cards and cash truly protected. And now may be your last chance to get it for a low price. Slim Mint uses the latest RFID blocking technology to prevent thieves from scanning your wallet and stealing your info.
Having your information stolen is a nightmare, but with Slim Mint, I know I'm protected.
With money clips, cash can easily fall out, but with the auto-locking Slim Mint, your cards and money stay securely in place. Then just press the button to release the lock. Slim Mint is ergonomically designed to optimize space and keep your belongings organized. It has a built-in cash clip and a flexible outer band to securely fit your additional cards and your extra cash. Even with everything you see here in the Slim Mint, it's still ultra-thin. Bulky wallets are uncomfortable, but the Slim Mint is so compact it fits in any size pocket. Plus, it keeps everything easy to access.
Slim Mint holds everything from pictures to credit cards, my driver's license. Yeah, it's still so thin.
Say bye-bye to bent cards and damaged magnetic strips. Slim Mint keeps them protected. It's crush resistant and can really take a beating. Similar wallets sell for over $100. But call or click now and get Slim Mint for just $29.99. Order in the next 5 minutes and you'll get an instant $10 discount. So it's only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get Slim Mint at this low price. There's a strict limit of 3 Slim Mint wallets while supplies last. You still have time to get your very own Slim Mint wallets, but you must act fast. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-608-6630. That's 1-800-608-6630. Call or visit slimmintwallet.com. So call 1-800-608-6630 now.
Did you know that thousands of authors across the country have written books and published them with Page Publishing? If you've written a book, Page Publishing can help you through the process. We cut through the confusion of the publishing world to make it easy for you.
Call or scan for your free writer's guide today.
The bathroom of your dreams is only a phone call away with BCI Bath and Shower. We can make your ordinary bath and shower extraordinary. This is not a cookie cutter design. This is a complete custom build that will fit your every need, and discounts for seniors and military.
Attention homeowners. Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Is the bank threatening to take your home? Is your home worth less than you owe? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you need to call this number right now.
Call 800-714-8615.
All right, welcome back. The Root is on fire. I'm Wayne Allyn Root. This is the Wayne Stream Media, and this show is America's Top 10 Countdown. President Trump is making the 250th anniversary of America into the greatest national celebration in history. For 250 years, America stood on independence, built by those who believed freedom was worth defending. Today, that same spirit lives on in stainless steel. Now we have a gun worthy of President Trump's 250th anniversary celebration, introducing the Bond Arms America 250 edition handgun, American-made, precision-crafted, built like a tank, performs like a hand cannon. Bond Arms builds the smallest, most powerful personal protection handgun that you can carry. So it's designed to honor America's past and built to last for generations. It's like a work of art. It's something you pass down to your kids. To celebrate 250 years of independence, Bond Arms is releasing the America 250, and I've got mine now. How about this? There they came. I got it at my gun dealer, Bond Arms, America 250, black version, silver version. They are beautiful. I love them. I take them everywhere in Las Vegas. They're hand cannons, and they fit right in my suit. They're available now at a special price only for Wayne Root fans and friends, but only for a limited time. This isn't just something you carry, it's something you pass down. Precision crafted from stainless steel, not just 100% American made, but Texas made. Finished with exclusive 250th anniversary engraving. Own a piece of American history. I've got mine, and I've owned lots of handguns in my life, but this is my first hand cannon, and my first gun that's both a piece of history and a work of art. Get your own personal hand cannon now with exclusive 250th anniversary engraving, proudly endorsed by Wayne Allyn Root and owned by Wayne Allyn Root. Go to getbondarms.com to secure your America 250 at this special pricing. Getbondarms.com. Supplies are limited. Getbondarms.com. All right, it's time to start the Final Four, otherwise known as Root Madness. No. All right, and as I always do at this moment, before I get to number 4, I mention my social media. Just go to any social media major site, such as X, such as Truth Social, such as Getter, such as Gab, and I'm at Real Wayne Root, and all day long, I opine, I give my opinion on all the biggest news stories of the day at Real Wayne Root. It's a lot of fun. All right, countdown number 4 is the insanity of Democrats. Radical, extreme nut jobs. What else can you call them? Suffering from mental illness, mental derangement. And by the way, a judge agrees with me. A liberal judge in California. That's the start of this story. The case of Reedy Patel, who's a female left-wing activist who threatened to murder members of the Bakersfield, California City Council in a decision that will reverberate far beyond Kern County. A California Superior Court judge has granted this woman a mental health diversion, meaning instead of facing imprisonment or prosecution for her conduct, she will enter a court-supervised mental health treatment program and can ultimately see all 21 felony charges dismissed if she completes the program successfully. So in California, liberal judges have determined that liberal behavior threatening people's lives is literally mental illness. Oakland mayor, more mental illness. The Oakland mayor who supported defund the police has her car stolen from the City Hall parking lot. If that doesn't sum up everything about liberals and liberalism and liberal policies, I don't know what does. Ilhan Omar says Democrats don't just want to abolish ICE, they plan to dismantle the Department of Homeland Security. These people are suicide bombers. Leftists install unauthorized sirens across Los Angeles to warn illegals when ICE raids are happening. This is aiding and abetting criminals. This is against the American Constitution. This is, in my opinion, treason. Senator Ed Markey of Massachusetts pushes separate trans Bill of Rights and wants minors to have access to gender-affirming care. Nuts. Hawaii has bills right now, they're voting on them, that would allow government for the next pandemic to quarantine people, enter their property without a warrant, seize firearms, and suspend all laws for the next pandemic. That's Hawaii. Good luck, Hawaii. Chuck Schumer moves to federalize the pride flag. Like you've got the American flag right alongside it everywhere will be the pride flag. This is insanity. Plans to make it a congressionally authorized U.S. flag. And last but not least, Miss America organization dethrones the winner for the 2024 Miss North Florida champion of the pageant for daring to say a woman is a woman. What? Countdown number 3. All right, so radical, insane, illegal immigration stories, always in my headlines, always in my Final Four for 4 years now. This show's been on RAV for almost 4 years, and it's always in the headlines. Here are a few of them. This story is amazing. The DHS now says 8% of Nicaragua's entire population illegally entered the United States under Joe Biden. Forget about the last 25, 30, 40 years of illegals coming in across the open border before Trump. Forget about anything else. Just under Joe Biden, 8% of one country invaded the United States and we waved them in, welcomed them in, and they're all sitting here in America. And you don't want mass deportation? Do you want 8% of Nicaragua in America? That is stunning. And don't ever forget what we fight for. ICE shares a powerful reminder of the thousands of American families shattered because of criminal illegal alien violence. Remember what I recommended on this show? They're doing it. Keep showing photos and video interviews with the parents of children murdered by illegal aliens. It goes on every day. It's more important than any other way to get the point across. Americans' lives are being destroyed by illegal alien criminals. Here's an anti-ICE agitator stealing an ambulance in Idaho from a hospital, packing it with gas cans and ramming it into the DHS office in Idaho. So in every state, no matter how red, you've got some of these people that are absolutely mentally deranged. A semi-truck driver ran a red light and killed an Indiana man, is identified as an illegal alien from India. I mean, it just never ends. Illegal aliens break into a North Carolina man's home, tie him up, beat him, and then rape him. And finally, the good news, Tom Homan says, sorry to disappoint you, but there will be mass deportation. This is not ending. This is only beginning. We're just getting started. Countdown number 2. Well, a big part of our illegal immigration problem is the brainwashing at schools by radical communist teachers, part of the teachers union. And children are going to get hurt, and they're going to get killed, and they're going to be to blame. I'm telling you, here's some examples. First of all, school kids, a disturbing video has surfaced showing middle school kids. You talk about brainwashing. Middle school kids, how old are you in middle school? Like 12, 13 years old? Delivering a classroom presentation that openly attacks ICE and promotes unchecked immigration. And the middle schoolers chant the F word. And I'll just say, screw ICE, but they use the F word in this disturbing classroom presentation. Who do you think taught them that? Sorry, it was the teachers. Guarantee you, here it is. Teachers are fomenting anti-ICE hysteria all over the United States. Outrage after Florida Teachers Union says children protesting ICE is required. It's required. Horrifying footage shows North Carolina high school students bolting out of class, running across a busy 4-lane highway to protest ICE. No teachers in sight. Who is watching over them? Who's letting them leave classrooms? They haven't learned anything anyway. They're getting dumbed down. Now they're leaving classrooms so they can protest. That's a great lesson. And now they're running across 4-lane highways with no adult supervision. Someone's going to get killed. A minor teen student participating in anti-ICE protest in West Palm Beach is struck by a vehicle. I told you this is going to start becoming more prevalent. An outraged Florida father pulls his child from school after dangerous anti-ICE student protest. He says, you have like 1,000 kids on an overpass, and one just about got hit by a car. Well, I just read you about one that was hit by a car. In this case, in another city in Florida, one was almost hit by a car. In North Carolina, running across a 4-lane highway, they could have been killed after being hit by a car. Who's allowing this? Teachers unions are fomenting it. Teachers unions are encouraging it. Someone's going to get killed. All right, countdown number 1. Well, the big news of the week has got to be the Supreme Court striking down a large portion of President Trump's tariffs on Friday. And I got to give you my instant reaction, my instant response on social media. Seconds after I heard about it, this is what I said. Insanity. Are the Supremes bought off? Do you realize this ruling makes the entire U.S. economy a confusing mess? What do Supreme Court justices know about the economy or jobs or negotiating imports and exports? Zero. Are they the CEO of the U.S. economy? Not last time I looked. Supremes represent corporate interests, the deep state, the D.C. swamp, globalists, the political establishment of both parties, and the government employee unions. Everyone but Trump and MAGA. They may also represent China and the CCP. This ruling makes China richer and the USA poorer. I would check offshore accounts. How do you know China didn't wire $25 million into the Cayman accounts for each vote by a Supreme Court justice against tariffs? If you think this isn't possible, you're a naive fool who gets ripped off every day, but is too ignorant to even know it. And then I followed up with a part 2. This is the important one. My prediction about the Supreme Court tariff decision. Trump has a backup plan ready to go. Want to bet? Nothing changes. Any celebration by globalists, deep state, DC swamp, Democrats, i.e. radical American communist traitors, and China/CCP is short-lived and short-sighted. Trump replaces generic tariffs with specific categories of tariffs that the Supremes already proved in a ruling are legal. Same outcome, different solution. You can't stop Trump. He is relentless. MAGA. So what's the famous saying? You can't keep a good man down. President Trump isn't using tariffs to make money for America, although that's a side benefit, or to punish other countries who are working against our interests. That's a side benefit. But what he's doing is using them to change the entire world economy, to change the way business is done, to bring manufacturing back to the great USA, to bring great jobs and high incomes back to the great American middle class, to level the playing field, to reduce our dependence on foreign goods, and to reduce our dependence on China, and to force the rest of the world to buy American exports. Tariffs are the central foundation to make America great again. That's Trump's agenda. The question is, what is the Supreme Court's agenda? It sure isn't to help make America or the great American middle class great again. Trump is on our side. They are not. The Supremes, along with the vast majority of federal and district judges and both houses of Congress and the political establishment of both parties and the DC swamp and the deep state, are what put America into decline in the first place. There's only one answer to reverse this slide: Trump. He will not rest till we make America great again. This Supreme Court ruling changes nothing, only because Trump is 1 in a billion and once in a lifetime. Nothing could stop Trump. Trump is relentless. Thank God. All right, that's it for this week's show. I'm Wayne Allyn Root. Hope you enjoyed the Wayne Stream Media and America's Top 10. God bless you. God bless Trump. God bless America, and viva my tax-free Las Vegas. See you next week.
Where is Wayne Allyn Root? Where the hell is he?
Hey folks, it's your friend John Rich. I co-founded Old Glory Bank because we heard too many stories about people getting canceled by their bank because they didn't agree with their politics. The government wanted to know where you shop. If you bought a Bible or you shopped at a sporting goods store, you're probably on a list. We created Old Glory Bank because America needed a bank that would protect their privacy and security. Exercising your constitutional rights is not a criminal activity, and neither is loving your country. At Old Glory Bank, we stand with you.
Don't you hate that dirty old hose? It kinks, splits, and it always leaks. And it's way too heavy to carry around. It's time to get the brand new Pocket Hose Copperhead. Just turn on the water and watch it grow to a full-size hose. It stretches and expands like a rubber band. Old-fashioned hoses get kinks and creases at the spigot, but the new Pocket Pivot swivels 360 degrees. Just connect to the spigot and watch it pivot. And when you turn off the water, away it goes, shrinking back to a pocket-size hose. And it makes it easy to carry and put away. Copperhead. It's the hose that grows and pivots, flexes, and sprays. It puts itself away for another day. The Pocket Hose is so unique and so innovative, it was awarded over 100 patents. Call or go online now to get the super light 25-foot Pocket Hose Copperhead today for only $39.99. But wait, order right now and you'll receive an instant $10 discount. So it's only $29.99. And it gets better. Order right now and get our copper spray nozzle with our exclusive thumb drive free. Simply use your thumb to turn it on or off. And with 10 unique patterns, you'll have a setting for every job. A $30 value. Yours free with every 50-foot Copperhead. Plus, Copperhead comes with a full 10-year warranty. It's that durable. That means you can order right now with total confidence. But this special offer is